Well, hi there. Welcome to the VIP Home Podcast. Today we have Patty Davis from the CPSC. Patty, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, your position, how long you've been helping consumers at CPSC stay safe?
Sure. First of all, thank you so much for having us to talk about product safety, especially for homeowners. It's really important that the consumers know about it. My name is Patty Davis. I am the press secretary, which means one of the main spokespeople at the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission. And I've been here for about 18 years. Prior to that, I was a correspondent at cable news network, CNN. And I was also a producer there. I worked there for a number of years. And the great thing about making the transition from being a reporter to being a spokesperson for this agency is that it's so fun and rewarding to be able to tell consumers good stories about consumer safety and to work to keep them safe. You know, who doesn't love a good consumer story? And so with my background in journalism, it's been helpful to be able to bring stories to life here at CPSC that will resonate with your viewers and your listeners.
Sounds wonderful. So we're talking about product recall today. What is a product recall exactly?
Well, a product recall is when a company mostly works with the agency, CPSC, and most of them are voluntary. So that's when they're working with us to recall a product. When they're recalling it, what that means is there is a hazard associated with that product, and we are working alongside of the firm to get it out of consumers' homes, off the marketplace, so that it no longer or it does not harm anybody. And the good news on this account is most products are recalled when there haven't been any injuries or deaths associated. So we are trying to stay ahead of the curve on that. Now, sometimes there has to be a mandatory recall.
Right.
And in those cases, we have to go to court to force a company to do a recall. But most companies, I'd say 99.9% of companies are good actors. They want to work with us. They want to protect you. And if there's a problem with their product, they're going to come to us here at CPSC and they're going to say, let's get a recall underway. Or if we go to them, they're going to work with us to make sure that consumers are notified about that recall.
Should consumers be concerned about recalls when they're shopping or perusing, whether it's the internet or stores for certain products? Is this something that should always be in the back of their head? Or, do you guys do just a really great job letting consumers know about what's out there?
We always need help letting consumers know about recalls. It's hard to reach people because we're all so busy every single day to alert you and for you to pay attention that there are products that may be recalled. So we definitely say consumers should be concerned about recalls. Pay attention to those recalls because there are many products inside your home that may potentially be a fire hazard or may harm your child. And by keeping on top of recalls, then you can protect your family. That's the best way.
That's really important. So are certain recalls that homeowners need to be more concerned about than others, and just the overall consumer, whether it's products or something else?
Well, every year we issue about 200 recalls. I'd say 200 plus recalls. We issue them every single week. And so there's not one category that you should pay attention to, but we're here to protect consumers in general from product hazards that could lead to injuries or deaths. And that kind of leads you to think about kids, especially they're the most vulnerable among us. So kids products in your home, those are especially important. Cribs, for instance, there is a mandatory standard for cribs. They can no longer have that drop side. They
Right.
have to be sturdier. And so, you want to check your product and see if your crib has been recalled, or we like to say, go through your children's toy chest periodically. Check it against what's on our website at cpsc.gov. You'll be amazed that you may find something that has been recalled that is in your home. In fact, not just kids products, but we have done recalls over the years on dehumidifiers. And that's something that you leave in your basement and you leave it running.
Right.
So that, and there were many fires with those, or your stove, or your refrigerator, or your bicycle. So or your something electrical, an extension cord. It can be a number of things, and you can see why there's so many products. We have jurisdiction over thousands of products. You can see why it's difficult for us to make sure that consumers know about each and every one of them. So we need help.
Right. So is there one common household product that you would say would be the number one, if you could speak to that, recalled item?
We don't really have a number one product type that's
Mhm.
recalled. Toys, of course, are up there because there are so many that come into the country, and toys are popular to give to your children over the holidays.
Mhm.
I'd say that one is particularly important to check. I would also urge you, when you are looking in the secondhand market, I'll tell you, I love shopping on those secondhand marketplaces. It's my latest obsession. It's so fun, and so, but I'm finding that I need to check to see if that product has been recalled before I buy it, because you don't want to bring something home. Say it's something for your child, and that has been recalled and potentially could kill your child. And one thing that we've recently put out a new warning about is the Fisher Price Rock and Play. We are seeing those still on Facebook Marketplace, for instance, and other platforms, but mostly Facebook Marketplace, hundreds every year. In fact, we're taking down 10 of those sales every single week. That has killed, that particular product, the Rock and Play, has killed more than 100 children who have suffocated in it. So, man, you just really need to, if you're selling something, make yourself responsible for looking at our website, cpsc.gov, before you post that item to be sold. And if you are looking for something like I do all the time on those secondhand marketplaces, check it out and run the checks on it before you actually purchase it.
So that's great information. The question I guess I would have is, you were saying that you can take something down if you see it posted that has a recall. So you guys are able, when you see those products that are, have life-threatening concerns and recalls, you can pull them down?
Well, we work with the platforms to pull them down. And in fact, what we were recently, our chairman was saying to Facebook Marketplace is, we need your help, Facebook Marketplace. We can't do this alone. We
Right.
cannot take a product down off a marketplace by ourselves. We have to have the actual platform do it. So we
Okay.
have good working relationships with them, but we only have a certain number of employees. Those platforms are much larger, much better funded even than our federal agency. So we need Mark Zuckerberg at Facebook. We need him to pay attention and have assign his employees to be looking at those products that are up, especially the Fisher Price Rock and Play. And if he sees those, Facebook Marketplace needs to be the ones that are first out there taking those down. You just can't leave it to us. They need to take
Right.
responsibility.
So how can a consumer find out if a product's been recalled? There's certain things I know for our appliances, we fill something out with our email and address, and they can inform us via postcard, email if something has been recalled. But what if that isn't an option and you buy something and there isn't that, registration?
Well, that's interesting that you bring that up because registration cards are mandatory with juvenile nursery products. products. So your cribs, your play yards, high
Right.
chairs, those types of things. So if you get one of those, which you should, in the product that you buy, fill it out right away, send it in. But if you don't get one with another product that you buy, you can always go on the company's website and register there.
Mhm.
They are, and if you can't find it, then get a hold of the company and tell them that you want to register your product. And most of them do have an online presence that allows you to get on and register that product. And you're absolutely right. If you register your product, it is the absolute best way for a company because they know you now. They know you have that product. They know you have the serial number. They know you have that model number. And if that product does get recalled, we ask them, okay, reach out to all the customers that you know have this product, and they will do that. In fact, that happens a lot when, especially with the kids' products, that the company will reach out to you
Mhm.
and say, hey, you've got a recalled product. Then the onus is on you as the homeowner, as the consumer to act. Don't wait because you might forget. Do it right away.
Right. And then we've also seen, I know, whether you're watching the news or it's a commercial or you see an advertisement somewhere stating if you bought X product at whatever location, that there's a recall. So that could get to the masses if they haven't filled out that recall card, then. Do you see a lot of that as well?
Yeah, that there are many ways to find out about recalls. I'd say be proactive. You can sign up for recall announcements to your email directly on our website, cpsc.gov. You just go there and you can sign up. You can search for recalls on our website as well. Or follow us on social media. It's at USCPSC on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And we're also on YouTube. And within the past couple of years, we now have a new app which you can download off of our website. So it's particularly helpful because if you are out and about shopping, and you won't find a lot of recalled products in the actual store brand new because they're not allowed. If they know a product is recalled, they have to take it off the shelf.
Okay.
But that may come in handy if you're buying in the secondhand market. You're going to somebody's garage sale and you're looking at that bike thinking, oh, I'd really like that. And then you go on our website I'm not on the website, onto our app, check it out, and it's been recalled. Yeah, you don't want that.
Okay. So if consumers have a product that has been recalled, are they allowed to use this product again? Do you recommend them getting it fixed, throwing it out? Is there a best practice in disposing of a product that's recalled?
There are three remedies that we negotiate with companies on behalf of consumers, and it's either going to be a refund, a replacement product, or a repair. And we work with the companies to put those into place. If it's a repair, we look at the repair, make sure that it actually is going to fix what's wrong with that product and bring it up to snuff so that it's safer for consumers to use. But those are going to be the options for you. In some cases, they'll ask you to dispose of the product, but you'll most likely get something in return for that.
So, are there certain steps in getting the new product or item to get that fixed? Whether you have to show proof of purchase if you haven't had a registration card, what does that look like?
Well, the great thing about recalls is you don't have to show your proof of purchase because that would be impossible for a lot of people. Some product that you bought 10 years ago, who
Right.
keeps the receipt on that? Nobody does. As long as you have the product, you are eligible to take part in that recall. So, what you do then is you contact the company, and the company will tell you what you need to do. In the case of a repair, say it's an ATV, because we recently recalled a bunch of those. That our news release on that we send out to you if you get our email. If you get our emails that have those recalls in them, or if you see it on our one of our social media sites or on our website, we'll tell you exactly what to do. Say an ATV, you need to bring the ATV into the dealer, and the dealer's going to fix it for you for free. And that's the other thing, that they can't charge you to fix the product or to give you a replacement product. It's free.
Okay, that's good information for our viewers and listeners. For sure. So if a person, a consumer has an unsafe product and it hasn't been recalled, is there a place where they can voice their concerns or a safe place where they can dispose of it if it cannot go in your trash?
Yeah, that's a great couple questions there. And we have a website, saferproducts.gov, and
Okay.
we urge consumers go there to tell the Consumer Product Safety Commission, CPSC, about your safety concerns with the product. That could potentially lead to a recall because we're looking at that. If you have an incident, you're hurt. Say you're weed you're weeding your garden with one of those trimmers and it cuts you, it throws something at you. Well, you need to let us know about that. Even better, send us pictures on saferproducts.gov. Give us the model number. If you go on saferproducts.gov,
Mhm.
it will tell you the information that you need to provide all of it. And
Okay.
you can also choose to remain anonymous if you don't want that information, if you don't want your name, etc., released. So it's not something we put out there to the public anyways. It's more of an internal thing. But definitely let us know about it.
Is there a safe place to dispose the product if it cannot go in the trash?
Right. There are lithium ion batteries, for instance, not safe to put in the trash. And so
Right.
what we tell consumers is you need to bring those to your local dump because they know exactly what to do with them and can dispose of them properly. If you put them in the trash, that could potentially be a fire hazard right there.
Absolutely. So, is there a way prior to, and we had spoke about this a bit earlier, prior to buying a product to help ensure that the product is one, safe, and that the product has not been recalled?
Yeah, I'd say just pay attention to the recalls that are out there. Um, you may think that products that we approve every single product that comes into the United States, and we don't. What happens is that it's the company that has the responsibility to make sure that they're meeting the federal mandatory standards that we've set and put into place, or the industry standards that are in place, and we're holding companies accountable if we find a product that is out there that doesn't meet one of those. That itself leads to a recall. And if the companies are also required to report to us on a timely basis, and that means usually within 24 hours if they have information that a product is hazardous or somebody has been injured or they see a pattern of defect, they need to tell us. If they don't, they can face civil penalties. And we have levied millions of dollars of civil penalties against companies who have not, as they're supposed to do, report to CPSC about a product that is causing issues or is hazardous. The faster we find out about a problem with the product, the faster we can work to get that product off the market, out of consumers' hands. And, we don't want anybody to be injured or killed by a product. That's why we're here. So that's why companies are required to let us know and let us know quickly. And they're penalized if they don't.
And how quickly does something have to be taken off the shelf? If somebody, whether it's a consumer that finds out, if the company finds out, and to get into all of those different stores and pull those products, is there a certain time window that, stores need?
That's a great question. When there's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes before we issue a recall with a company. One of the things is a stop sale. They're pulling the company's working with the store, where all of the stores, there could be thousands that they sold to that, letting them know that they've got to pull that product off the market. If for some reason they don't have time to pull that product off the market because we're doing a really quick turnaround on a recall, they block that sale at
At
the
the checkout.
register. So
Okay.
yeah, so you go ahead and you bring that product up. They're like, oh, sorry, we can't sell it to you because it's been recalled. That's how it's supposed to work,
Okay.
and in most cases, it does. The real problem is not so much getting those products out of the store if they're recalled, or out of the distribution chain, because we're working on that front too, in the warehouses, making sure that those aren't sold, that they're caught and they're required to be disposed of or whatever the company does with them. But yeah, but so we're also, the hardest part really is to get consumers to know about it. And so doing interviews like this on your show really helps us reach people and know how important this is.
It is. Even at checkout, you will see sometimes a product that's recalled and they don't have a sign in the aisle and people always say, well, you still have it there. I see it in the aisle. There's no sign, but they do have that sign, whether when you're going to check out, which is nice also.
Right. Yeah, they may have that or at customer service or on their website. And so, yeah, so that they're required to do all those things.
Okay, that's wonderful. Well, is there anything that we haven't discussed that you feel our viewers and listeners should know?
I would really urge consumers pay attention to recalls. You can go on our website, cpsc.gov, and see. In fact, we issued a bunch last week. We do every single week. So there's always something new to find out about. Also, sign up for our follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. We have a YouTube channel as well. It's at USCPSC, or sign up for emails. So every week when we put our recalls out, we usually put them out on Thursdays. That's recall day around here. You can immediately that evening or the next morning get an email right into your email inbox so that you can stay on top of them.
Patty, this was absolutely wonderful. So much good information for consumers to know about recalls and what to do and be proactive and pay attention. So thank you again for joining us today. And we look forward to getting the word out to everybody.
Thank you so much. It was great to talk with you.
Absolutely. Have a great day.
You too.